Entschuldigung, excuse me. Runny nose. Runny nose. Runny nose. Hallo, meine Lovelies. Hallo, meine Lieben. So, jetzt ist mir warm. Now I'm warm. It was cold before and been working with woody band and heat gun and things like that. So I'm... Coucou, Michelle. Coucou. C'est chaud. Jetzt ist es warm. Now it's warm. So, let's do the same thing on this side. We've just started in the German life, and with this thing, I've been... Hallo, liebe Vera, schön, dass du da bist. I've been cutting the bottom off because it was in very bad shape. It had, like, you know, those things right to the, you know, to the bottom here, and at the front and on the side, and you can see it is, you know, it is in pretty bad shape, and I thought I'm not going to repair that, so I basically been sawing that off. You can see that here. So that's basically how that looked like. So this was definitely too much work to get that sorted, and it doesn't look very nice either. So this is gonna get... Hi, mein Hase. This is gonna get some legs. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Either the angled ones, they're slightly angled, or the straight ones. Let me know which ones you think. If I'm already hot, I've been working with woody band and I've been painting and moving this thing around. So I'm warm now. I'm flushing. Either the straight ones or the angled ones. In the German life, you already done the a questionnaire about it. So let me know which ones you want to have, straight or angled. Please help me. Help me, guys. Okay, I've already applied a new top also. Hello, Ada Maria. Thank you for joining again. I'm going to do basically the same thing. Maybe die Schräge. Sehr gut. Ja. Team Schräg. Sehr gut. Bis jetzt haben alle schräg gewählt. So, and on this front edge, we're going to get... There's like a... well, this thing is like scratched and got dents and whatever. The only thing I want to save are basically the handles, because I think they are very cute. I'm going to clean them nicely. This is the typical 70s, 60s, 70s style, and I think they are quite cute. So I'm going to probably for sure going to save those. I quite like those. And they do have almost like a heart shape, because on this piece will be, I said, this is going to be a Valentine's project. We're going to hand paint a heart when we have the base, just going to go over the edge here. Eventually with some wings. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to see when I have the heart if I want to have wings to it or not. There will definitely be some writing, whatever, love is the answer or something like that. So that's the plan for that piece. The base color will be mostly in dark colors, in black, and I'm working with the terra clay paints. In black, a little bit of white in it. I have the Wisteria Mist, which is like a purpley gray. I have the elderberry, which I quite like in there. Hello, Yvonne. Angled. Okay. Schräg, schräg. Everybody wants schräg. Sehr gut. Sehr, sehr gut. Wäre jetzt auch meine Wahl gewesen. Okay. And we also have the trim 703, which is this cute angel with those angels. They go very well with it, which is going to be applied on the side, and probably when I have it on the bottom here, I've got to be careful. It's not... it's very thin. It is white, but it's thin from the, so, and it's not really warm. It's not really warmed up. So I'm gonna start with the trim going down here. We've already been cutting that in the German live, so I'm going to apply that first. And when I apply trims, I sometimes work different. Hi Michelle, how are you, girl? I'm so glad your results turned out okay. So, and when I work with trims, I preferably have the glue on my project because you should keep them in a coil. This is pretty much empty. I'm just getting the rest out. I'm having it upside down, but I have a new one. This is my quick and thick, guys. This is my quick and thick, which is an all-rounder glue, but mainly wood glue. Oops. And the nice thing about it is that it's dropped into the water. Let's see, I don't have as much water on there. You can, I usually use my fingers. I have a brush tonight, guys. What do you think? I have a brush tonight. Every glue which is squeezed out on the side, I'm going to use a baby wipe or a damp cloth to take it away. If you work, or if you have like a very detailed ornament from Woody Band where you can't get into the details with your cloth or something like that, take a damp brush. Wood glue is water-based, so you can easily take the excess glue off. So spread it out here nicely. And then I'm going to, I already look like a complete mess. Mess. So I had it laying on my cradle. For those who don't know, the Woody Bands, they are made out of wood and they behave like wood. And in a solid state, they look like wood. They are solid, pretty much solid. But when you warm them up, they get nice and flexible. So this is not as flexible as it should be. It's been laying on the cradle, but not on enough heat. First, you want to place it like where I want to have it mainly. And then I'm going to, it's a little short, I'm going to stretch that. But therefore, I have to reheat that first. I'm going to take some of the excess glue off here first. I'm going to make even more gluey things in a minute here. So I'll take my heat gun now. You can heat them up with a heat gun. You can heat them up with a hairdryer. Obviously, when you work with a heat gun, you've got to be a little more, careful. I'm going to reheat that nicely. That's a 702. That's a trim 702. Let's see if that is enough to stretch it. It is. You can stretch them to up about a centimeter, I would say. Not obviously 5 centimeters, but if you cut it a little short, like I've done on this one, you can basically stretch that out a little, which I've just done. To get that down to that edge. And when it cools down, it'll stay in that position you've basically forced it into. I mean, you can see there's like a little bend here also. So this works nicely. So when you reheat it, you can really especially push it onto your project on the edges to make sure it gets good contact. And when you see the glue squeezing out on the side, this is a good sign, because this is basically showing that that it is snuggling itself nicely onto the surface. I'm just taking the excess glue, which is squeezed outside here, off this baby wipe. I'm having, you know, a run on coffee and baby wipes in my lives. So, and those trims, they come in loads of different widths. And this one is basically perfect for this edge here, and you can basically find for every edge where you need something, you know, a trim for the right in the right size for your project. So let's see. I'm happy with that. That's a little over the edge. I'm going to rewarm that to reactivate the glue. And I'm going to push that a little more over here. There we go. There we go. That's it. You can come back later also when when it's cooled down. You see there's like some edges not really where you want to have them reheated. You can reheat the woody bands as often as you like. You can even take them back off, you know, if you don't like it at all what you've done. I've already done that before also. If you don't like it at all, you can take it off. So let's move to the side. Let's move to the side, because here I want to have the those little cute angels, the 703. They come in a coil. You see, they come in a coil. So this is the 703 this way around with those cute angels. This is a Valentine's project, guys. This is a Valentine's project. So as I said, there will be a heart painted on the front, and there will be, just lay that down there because I think I will need some more. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is going to be okay. This is just going to be perfect for the top here. I'm going to keep that. I don't need to cut that. So this was not warmed up properly. You can see it has broken a little. So this will be rejoined. We can fix that. So, but I am going to cut another. Therefore, I have to warm it up. I have to warm it up. They are pretty, aren't they, Michelle? But this trim is pretty fragile. It is white, but it's very thin. But you can rejoin those, and you won't see any difference. I'll use the chair as a table now. First, I have to cut. Let's see. I first have to cut. First, have to cut straight line here. So, nothing to keep. Like tricks on me. Don't play tricks on me. So I want to make sure I have it wide enough about here. So keep them in a coil. It makes your life a lot easier. Makes your life a lot easier. Sometimes need another hand. So there we go. Done with that. Put it straight away to the side. And this one is still pretty warm, so I'm going to add some glue onto it. Working over here. So this time I'm going to do it different because this is a pretty, pretty short piece. So I will be okay when I apply the glue on here. This is pretty easy to handle. Let's see if there's some. You can see I keep it upside down and the glue keeps running down. So when you apply it on the back of your piece, you cover the whole piece. I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to spread it out so that the whole back is basically nicely covered with the glue so that it can basically adhere perfectly, especially on those edges, onto your project. If I make a mess here, I'm not really worried. As I said, wood glue is water-based. Just take some water and you're good to go. Just going to make sure I'm going to apply that the right way around, as it is. Those angels are not upside down. So I have to reheat that in a second, but I'm going to firstly put it on here roughly where it's supposed to be. You can grab yourself some tape as a third hand, but the Quick and Stick is pretty good. It is sticking pretty nicely straight away. So heat that. They need about the same time to cool down like they need to warm up. Just want to be right at the edge at the bottom here. And I'm going to push it nicely on here. The nice thing about the woody bands is also you can see I'm really pressing them down. And I'm not worried, you know, I'm not going to harm the details of the ornament with that. So that is the reason you can also shape them around any shape. And you can paint them straight away. Obviously the glue needs, you can see there is some glue squeezing up here now, which is a good sign because now it's really snuggling itself onto the surface. That's what I like. On the bottom also. On the bottom also. I need to go a bit further down here. So I'm working with Terra clay paint. If there's some glue left, it's not a problem because I'm going to build up texture anyway. So, but I'm quite happy with that one. It's nicely on here. Okay. So the edge will be sanded down afterwards. Here it is a little long. I'm going to cut that down. Warm it up. You can also carve them if you want to. You can carve them also. So just my fingers out of the way. Don't worry, Michelle. I'll be all right. So I'm not going to keep that. I usually keep every bits and pieces. I'm not going to keep that. And also this edge will be sanded down afterwards so that there's like no cutting edge being seen. Now we get to the top, do the same thing. Remember there was the one which is like slightly ripped in this area here, which we are going to rejoin on there. So let's see if we can get some more out here. Same thing basically. Same thing. Make sure I spread it out nicely. Every mold which is broken you can rejoin and you won't see the seam at the end either. It works pretty well. Just need some glue, some heat, and that's it. So even if I use a brush, guys, I have my fingers covered in glue. It's just me. It's just me. It's just me. So let's see. See, which way around? This way around. So there's like a bend up here, which I'm going to cut in a minute also. I'm first going to roughly apply it where I want to have it. Grab my heat gun. There was that rip. You can see the glue coming through here. You know that I had that broken. Nicely up, right to the edge. Applying it onto the top is a little easier because I have like that top board to give me the border. I just need to push it nicely right against it and I'm good to go. But same thing, I make sure it's nice and warm and I squeeze it on here, especially on the edges and this area where the rip was, you're not seeing anymore because we basically nicely pushed it back together. And when there's some paint over it, it'll be completely gone. So wood bands you can paint before you've applied them. You can paint them after you've applied them. It obviously depends on the look you're going for. So if your trim is supposed to be in a different color than your base, then you paint them before you apply them. If you want to integrate them into your project, then you apply them and then you paint them with your project. You can paint them with any paint. You can even stain them because they behave like wood, so they're porous. Oh, hi Nina. Oh no. Ooh. I hope they'll be okay, Nina. Keep my fingers crossed for you. So now I'm going to cut this edge here to make sure it's, so I'm going to heat it up again. So, let's see. Let's see, there we go. Sorry if my head is in the way, but I basically have to check what I'm doing here now. That's it. Also, this I'm not keeping. Also, I know Michelle is always worried when I have some scissors or knives or whatever in my hands. It is dangerous. It is dangerous when I'm doing that. So when the woody bands are cooled down, you can also sand them. This is what I'm going to do to basically rip that off. Obviously, you have to be a little gentle and not, but that's no problem. I'm applying some more glue, which I have here. Apply that back on there. So, master of disaster. And as I said, put that back on. Just added a little bit more glue onto it and push it on here. And then you're basically not seeing that this was broken off. But I'm going to let that cool down now before I go on there again, because you can only sand when it's cooled down, obviously. Otherwise, it'll be just smoothing like the end edges off a bit. So do the same thing on the top here. Instagram, make sure that you can see also. So I'm having a sanding sponge here from Surf Prep, which I quite like using. This is the medium one. It goes a bit quicker. Like rounding the ends a little off. Guys, if you have questions, Nina, I actually did just like a scuff sand. So I've just been sanding quickly over it. But this is like a solid wood piece that was pretty easy. But you can see it's like, it's got like all those scratches and things like that, so I thought I'm not gonna do like a nice smooth piece out of it. I'm going to work with what I have. So smooth in this end here also. This is the other trim depth into it. I've got to go over to the other side. I've got to see what I'm doing here, guys. So I'm just gonna have that a little more on here to join the other trim. So that's why I just heated it up. Also, to have like a nice finish. As I said, hold it down for a mo, because it tends to move back into the position, into his original position it was before. So just hold it down. No, Michelle. I've been doing pretty well lately, I think. So I'm just sanding the edges of that trim to give it a nice clean edge. So I'm going to come to that bit again a little more gentle than before, because obviously when you hook onto the edge, when you bend it, you may also break it. There we go. So there we go. Preheat the bottom also quickly to bend that into the perfect position to snuggle onto the other one. And there's still some glue coming out. Obviously the glue needs a little longer to dry, but it helps you to join those edges together. So, how's the weather where you are, guys? How's the weather where you are? It is freezing cold over here. As I said, I'm a little warmer now, but I'm a little warmer now. Looking with the heat done and the griddle is running and everything. So this trim is perfect for this edge. Fits on there perfectly. So that's the part of adding a little more interest onto that piece. And now is the part to get some fun with the paint. Into the water. Get a little off. Clean my fingers a little off. Oh, okay. I never know what 65 degrees in Celsius is. I forgot again. I was looking it up, you know, the ratio you have to use, but I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. We had around 0 degrees Celsius over here, so it is pretty cold. So I will get that to the side into the safe area. And then we start painting. I've got to have a sip of coffee, guys. Sorry. sip of coffee. So the colors I'm using are basically the Terra clay paints by Dixibel. Terra clay paints by Dixibel. And the colors I've chosen are onyx. I'm holding on the higher one. Okay. I'm holding on the lid because I already had them open. So onyx is black. From the Terra clay paints, we have black I'm using. Get my coffee out of my turn off that griddle. So there we go. Turned off. We have moonbeam, which is white. We have Wisteria Mist. It's the first time I'm working with Wisteria Mist. It's a beautiful purplish gray, a very muted color, and I really like that. And I wasn't sure if I'm going to use elderberry, but I decided I do, which is a beautiful elderberry color. And those four colors go nicely together. I'm using my Best Dang brush, which was originally thought to be a wax brush. And it turned out that it is an amazing blending brush. Terra clay paints, they do have they do have clay, real clay in them. That makes them really, really special. You can basically build up nicely texture. You can, because the difference to the chalk mineral paints is the brush strokes will not level themselves out. So basically, it depends what you want to do. If you want to have like a real smooth finish, you go is for the chalk mineral paints. If you want to build up texture and layers of texture, the Terra clay paints are perfect because the brush strokes will stay and you can really add texture on texture with it. And they will reactivate anytime. Hi, Tanya. They will reactivate anytime with water. It doesn't matter if it's like 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year. As long they are not sealed, you can reactivate them anytime with water, which is great, you know, when you want to change things and stuff like that. So when you have a stage in between where you're like, okay, I want to keep that, just seal it quickly in between and, you know, carry on. So I'm going to start with the onyx. I'm just grabbing some of it on my Best Dang brush. And I'm just going to apply the paint where sink in a circular motion. Going in a circular motion. So you can really see the great coverage. But even so, the first coat is for me always the coat where I'm seeing if I like the colors together. And I've pretty much seen it on the other side that I do like them together. And as I said, I'm using just one brush. And they blend beautiful with each other. So I'm going to come in with some elderberry. Just pick up some elderberry on my brush. Guys, I can feel that I have not been doing my yoga lately very often, so my arms are very tired. So come in with my Wisteria Mist. I'm basically moving from the darkest to the lightest. Still the same brush. Still using the same brush. Basically just applying colors where I think I want to have them. Just map them out roughly. Just map them out roughly. So I'm going to dampen my brush a little bit because it's pretty dry. This is just the water I'm using here. So Moonbeam. That's the Moonbeam. Still the same brush, guys. I'm using one brush for all the colors. One brush for all the colors. So I'm mapping them up roughly where I want to have them. That was a bit much. That was a bit much. Where's my roll of paper? So a little, sorry, showing you my bum. A little goes a long way. Oh, finish, or finish. No, it's not. Let's see. It's too much of the Moonbeam. I'm gonna come back in with the darkest color first again. Map that up a little. So now I'm going to dab. There's different ways of blending your colors together. You can swirl them together like I've just been doing. But for this look, I'm going to go for the dabbing. Because that is basically mixing the colors up nicely together. You can use some water when you feel that your paints dry on you. And I quite like, there's like still of the Moonbeam in here, so this is basically giving it a different look. Squeaky, I'm sorry. I'm just going to dampen it a little bit. It dries now pretty quick. It's got pretty warm in here now. There's a criddle on and things like that. So, and this is not going for a perfect blend. This is going basically for a little bit of a cloudy blend. And on this side, there will be more some wording going on. And the heart is going to go on the other side, like half on the front, half on the side. So I'm basically just dabbing those colors together. That's what I'm doing. It picks up too much of the white. Some more of the onyx down here. I'm going to come in a second also with the elderberry a little more. Is that elderberry basically. Just to mix that in there also. Give it a little bit of color. As I said, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go with the heart in Bougainvillea, which is pretty pink from the Terra Clay paints, or if I'm going to go for bright red. I haven't decided yet. What do you think? Shall we do the heart in pink or shall we do the heart in... Danke, Vera. It does. It does, Michelle. Or shall we go for bright red? You know what you think. Think like a contrast in bright red. Obviously, the bright red will be the honky tonk red from the chalk mineral paint line because there is no red in the terra clay paint line. Unfortunately, I'd love to have one because then you have also more possibilities to mix colors, but it's not in here yet. I'm sure it'll come one day. So the terra clay paints, they dry lighter than they appear when they are wet. So it might look different when this has dried, but you can reactivate or revive the colors also when you basically apply your sealer at the end. Depending which one you use, if you use the Terra Tough, it'll get very bright. If you use the Terra Seal, it's a little brighter. Terra Seal's got like a flat finish. It's basically like the top coat flat. And the Terra Tough is... It's a new top coat, the Terra Tough. It is in between the normal top coats from Dixie Belle and the Gator Hide. So it's not as tough as the Gator Hide, but almost as tough. But tougher than the... So... Pink heart, Michelle. Pink heart, okay. Anybody else? Preference for the heart? Pink or... So I think I'm going to leave it like that. I quite like that. Quite like that. This is still the first coat, guys. So anything can be changed on the second coat. But I'm going to leave it like that now. I quite like it, like being a little moody from the color like this. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So, let's see. I wanted to add some woody band on the front also, but I'm not going to do that now. So I have to get that basically in a position when I add the woody bands that it's like the doors are on the same level. I think I want to do that with the woody band on Monday. Education station. So, my friends, I'm going to let you go. It's the first part. I'm going to see, what's the date? It's the 9th. Well, I think I'm going to come back on I'm gonna come back on, I think on the 14th. Let me check. When is the 14th? It'll probably be, yeah, it's on Tuesday. Tuesday we have the, I will do that on Tuesday then. We will carry on Tuesday. Tuesday I will be in the chalk paint, World of Chalk Paint group. I'm sorry, World of Chalk Paint group for the Dixie Belle Minute, and we will carry on working on that one. Probably on Monday. I will see. I will do on Woody Band on Monday. We will apply some more on here, and I will decide if I paint beforehand or afterwards. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm warm now. I'm steaming hot. I don't think I have introduced myself, guys. If there's anybody new in here, my name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen Helden. I'm a light retailer for Dixie Belle Paints over here in Frankfurt in Germany. And you're welcome, Yvonne. Thank you also, everybody, for being with me. I'm also the German distribution for Woody Band and for Dixie Belle. So, hi, Gabriela. Hey, sweetie. How are you? Hola. So I'm going to let you go now. You have a lovely weekend. We've done the other side. Let's see. We've done the other side also. So they look different. But this is basically what the intention is anyway. This is not going to be like supposed to have like the same look all over, and we'll add a heart to it and maybe some angel wings. We will see. Guys, you have a lovely weekend. You stay safe. Nina, hope your parents will be all right, and I'm gonna see you next week. Ta-da. Thank you for being with me, guys. Bye-bye.